thought I was living a fairy tale. My wife Sarah was the woman of my dreams, and our life together felt perfect. We had a beautiful home, great jobs, and what I believed was a rock-solid marriage. But one evening, everything I thought I knew came crashing down around me. I came home early from a business trip, hoping to surprise her. Instead, I was the one who got the surprise. I found her in the arms of another man, a man I recognized as a close family friend. The shock felt like a physical blow, knocking the air from my lungs. My world tilted on its axis, and in that moment the love I felt for her curdled into something cold and hard. I didn't confront them. I quietly backed out of the house, my mind a whirlwind of betrayal and heartbreak. The initial wave of pain was overwhelming, but as I drove aimlessly through the night, a different emotion began to take root. A cold, calculating anger. She had shattered our vows, our trust, our future. I decided then and there that I wouldn't just leave. I would make her understand the depth of her betrayal. I would orchestrate her downfall. The next morning, I walked back into our home as if nothing had happened. I greeted her with a kiss, the taste of her lies bitter on my lips. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done, but my plan required patience and precision. For the next few months, I became the perfect husband. I brought her flowers, planned romantic dinners, and listened to her talk about her day, all while she continued her affair behind my back. Every smile I gave her was a mask, hiding the storm brewing inside. While playing the doting spouse, I started gathering evidence. I installed discreet cameras in our home and a tracker on her car. I documented every secret meeting, every late-night call, every text message. The evidence piled up, a digital mountain of her deceit. At the same time, I began carefully disentangling our finances. I met with a lawyer, one of the best in the city, and explained the situation. Together, we crafted a strategy. I moved my personal savings into a separate account and started documenting all our shared assets, making sure everything was accounted for down to the last penny. I was building a fortress, and she had no idea she was about to be left outside in the cold. The day I chose to enact my revenge was our anniversary. I told her I had a huge surprise planned. She was thrilled, probably thinking I was a fool, completely oblivious to her betrayal. I booked a table at the most exclusive restaurant in town, the same one where I had proposed years ago. She dressed up, looking radiant, and all I could see was the deception in her eyes. The atmosphere was filled with a tense sort of excitement. She kept trying to guess the surprise. Was it a trip? A new car? Jewelry? I just smiled and told her she'd have to wait. After we finished our main course, I told her it was time for her gift. I reached into my jacket pocket and pulled out not a jewelry box, but a thick manila envelope. I slid it across the table. Her smile faltered, replaced by a look of confusion. "What's this?" she asked, my voice steady. Her hands trembled. As she opened the clasp. Inside were photos. Crystal clear photos of her and her lover, in her home, in his car, at hotels. Her face went pale, a mask of pure shock and horror. She looked up at me, her eyes wide with panic. "How?" she stammered. But I wasn't finished. "That's not all," I said calmly, placing another document on the table. "These are divorce papers. I've already filed them." She stared at the papers, speechless. "Yes, Sarah. While you were busy with your little affair, I was busy too. Our joint accounts have been frozen. The house is being put up for sale, as per the prenuptial agreement you signed and clearly forgot about. The one that states all assets are divided based on who contributed what and includes a very strict infidelity clause." Her jaw dropped. "You can't do this," she whispered, tears welling in her eyes. "But I can." "And I have," I replied, my voice devoid of emotion. "I also took the liberty of sending a copy of that envelope to your lover's wife, and another to both of our employers. I believe company policy is quite strict about workplace affairs impacting the company's reputation." Panic turned to raw fury. "You monster, you've ruined my life," she hissed, her voice low and venomous. I stood up from the table, looking down at the woman who had destroyed my heart. "No, Sarah," I said, my voice cold as ice. "You ruined your own life. I just handed you the bill." I turned and walked out of the restaurant, leaving her there with the wreckage of the life she had so carelessly thrown away. I didn't look back. Pain was still there, a dull ache where my heart used to be, but it was mixed with a sense of closure. My fairy tale was over, but a new chapter was beginning, one built on truth and self-respect. And that was a foundation no one could ever shatter again. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.